I feel like I need to be wearing some eyeliner, maybe some frosted tips, a top hat, a feather boa, perhaps some designer jeans. Who knows? Maybe I actually have designer jeans on for this episode on game. Welcome back to the University of Smooth classes in session game class. It's almost like recess out there in the Midwest here at the University of Smooth. Nick's in the dark, the internet's leading expert on unattractive behavior. Today's lesson: why women hate game. I know I tricked you. I tricked you. I totally tricked you, just like we're going to trick those girls, right? Right? Just like we're going to somehow get in there with just a neg or two. Can you believe it? We're going to neg women today, and they're going to hate us for it. Why do women hate game? Women do not hate game. Women hate one thing and one thing only. Okay, maybe they hate a few other things, but the types of situations we're dealing with, there is one profound existential hatred and fear that all women have, and it is not game. It is the idea that a weak man got sexual access to them. That is what women hate above all things. It cuts to the core of their value as human beings, and it makes a mockery of their God-given sexual filter. Or maybe it's evolution given, who knows? But a woman has a sexual filter that she applies, and if you can make an end around it, she despises it. This is why women supposedly hate game, but it is really only a narrow slice of human activity that can even come close to getting that kind of access to a woman. Think about it. We are in the middle of like the biggest sexual crisis known to mankind. There has never been a more self-inflicted sexual crisis than what we are experiencing right now here in 2024. And if all you had to do was lie and fake a couple of signals and that was what it took to get laid, do you think our society would be sounding these types of alarm bells? No, of course not. There's a little more to it than that. But we're the University of Smooth, where the smart kids come to study. So we've got a little breakdown. It goes right to the heart of the male protector algorithm. We talk about it all the time. Build your own value, get jacked, learn game, convert your talent to clout. All three of those are game in some ways. What is getting jacked? It is presenting yourself as the best possible protector. I guess you could include learn to fight because violence is a part of male physicality. If you get jacked, you can't really fake it. Muscles are legitimate. They're an impossible to fake signal. That's one of the reasons they're so highly valued by women. Learn game, we break that down as unattractive behaviors. Why are you behaving unattractively? We are helping you learn your unattractive behaviors and helping you learn how to remove them from your life and how to replace them with attractive behaviors. Neither of those things are fake, but acquiring social skills occasionally results in you going out in the field, talking to girls and sounding awkward. Occasionally you will sound stronger than maybe you feel. Occasionally you'll come across as smoother than you actually are. That's part of the learning process. We say that at least half of social skills comes down to getting enough experience so that you are not afraid of women. The reason that this turns into a controversial topic is because every so often a guy who does not have enough value, especially if he's a little minus in the looks department, but somehow managed to land a smile, a wink, some eye contact, and he fucking negged her and it landed and she was all about it. Yeah, that does happen every once in a while. You know what else happens every once in a while? A woman goes to a bar and is looking to get back at her ex-boyfriend and has a few drinks. It happens every so often. Don't get me wrong, if one comes your way, you're not going to fight against it. You may occasionally let a woman believe what she wants to believe about a man, but here's a critical understanding you must have about quote unquote game. This funnels down to clout as well. Do you have any idea how hard it is to fake status, fake strength, and fake clout or even social skills for an extended period of time? You know the cartoon version of this, the valet parking attendant who takes a selfie in front of the Lamborghini before he parks it. How many times can he show up on that date that he met through Instagram and tell her that they had to take the Toyota Corolla? I don't know, like never. How many times can you show up at a bar with a bunch of fake friends that you hired to convince real people that you were attractive? You can't do this for an extended period of time. You cannot fake status. If you guys on the internet may be pretty good at mimicking a lifestyle through some very clever brochureware type signal sending, most of us cannot do that. And by the way, if you can do that well enough, it probably actually becomes your lifestyle. For the rest of us, it is really hard to fake. That's why we focus on building legitimate value here at the University of Smooth. Learning how to nag, that may be like a legitimate value if you're actually good at it. It's a real skill, like it or not, ladies. And you're going to get nagged every so often, and you are going to love it. Why? Because it is part of a high value man's repertoire. And if he's got value, you love it. Here is our parting thought, and it gets right at the heart of what women hate and what women love. Women do not hate a man who loves her and leaves her, but she will despise a man who gets a little bit of access to her and he turns out to be something he is not. That player who came into her life for one night and was gone, she can bitch about that guy and say the most god awful things for the next 10 years. But if he swoops back into her life and he has legitimate value, water under the bridge, all's forgiven, she's ready to go again. But if you made an end around and you keep trying to get access, but you are nothing but a truly low value man, buddy, you might want to hire a lawyer because you may need one. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and follow You Smooth for more content.